Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
Yo, we out of traffic. We at the next light. Mr. DJ Rose is in the building, man. What's going on, y'all?
No More Black Tears podcast. Season C's in the building.
Yo, it's Verteezy, man. It's been a good week, man. We got to go to the IHA award show. You know, we placed third, man. So, you know, that was a great honor in itself.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? So, what we talking about this week?
Well, so we're going to start off, you know, something differently for those who've been watching the pies through these 100+ episodes. So, you know, this is the second time we got nominated for IHA awards. And we each is going to, like, discuss what was our motivations for starting the pod, where we see the pod going, and how we came up with maybe some of the names of some of the segments y'all enjoy. C's.
So we're starting off with the origin story. No More Black Tears. Originally had the idea, 3 dope boys in a Cadillac. Sounds like a great name for an album, maybe not a podcast, but maybe it would have been a great name. Who knows? We came with this concept, and a lot of times you get feedback. Tears is a negative connotation, but when you hear the whole name, it's like, okay, I can see, I understand it. Basically came from my idea. Me and Verteezy tried one before the shit even popped off. The podcast was really, I'm not gonna say it wasn't a thing. It was really people doing that shit like podcasts, and when you had fucking RSS feeds. So this is like 2017, 2018. Came out an idea from that, and pitched the idea. It was like, all right, let's do it, man. Yeah, I mean, really, it's a message behind anything what you do. So it's like whether you're doing a show, you playing basketball, you playing a sport, whatever. No matter what you do, there's a message behind it. It's interesting to see different people's perspectives and just different ways of thinking. And then sometimes it's like, okay, we have a lot of great conversations one-on-one or as a group. It's like, shit, somebody might want to hear it. Like stories of Verteezy telling coworkers, like, yeah, man, me and my homeboys was talking about this, man. We started, you know, going back and forth with it, whatever. It was a great conversation. It's the same thing. Barbershop conversations, bar conversations. It's a lot of shit that you have interest in that you get a different perspective from different people. So, I mean, that's one of the things. And then it's just, I'm not going to say it's a thing to do, but I mean, it's like, shit, why not? So,
Yeah,
here
man.
we are, man.
I know for myself, I know I was just thinking one day, because I listen to a couple podcasts here and there, and me, Rose, and C's, and occasionally Juice Man when he's free, we would just be hanging around the house at someone's spot, drinking, listening to music, having different conversations, some about sports, especially like me and C's would have a lot of conversations probably about the Black community. Me and Rose would have some of those conversations about the Black community. And then we'll have just some funny conversations where we're telling stories from different stuff that we've seen online, you know, and comparing that to some things that we done experienced ourselves personally. And I just kind of thought one day, I was like, you know what? These are some really thought-provoking conversations, because some of these conversations were going for 2-3 hours at a time, you know, non-stop. And I just thought that it would be interesting to see how that would play out as far as putting it out there for the masses to hear. And to be honest, you know, some people been fucking with it. Like, there's people that, you know, listen to the pod on a weekly basis, and we've got 100+ subscribers, and the views are steadily increasing. So that's always good to see. As far as the name, I just remember I didn't really know what to call the pod, and I just remember Rose and C's having a conversation, and I don't remember how they came up with the name exactly, but I know when they came up with it, as soon as they said it, and they might have thrown a couple names out, when we was chilling, but that was the name. When they said that name, it just immediately, to me, it hit what I wanted the pod to be about, because I wanted it to be, at times funny, but I also wanted it to be at times thought provoking, which is the reason why when I decided to do it, I wanted C's to be a part of it, because I don't really know too many more people that are up to worldly events. And I also wanted Rose, because me and him laugh about so much different stuff, as well as, and if you've been listening to the pod, you've seen when Rose gets serious about certain topics and he decides to get deep and intellectual. Like, I've seen those conversations off the pod a lot. So I felt like that would be very dope. But what's wrong with these hoes? Man, that's my favorite segment personally. I have a lot of people who tell me they love that segment. Me and Rose was actually just chilling, because if you go back to the original pod, that didn't come into probably like months into the pod,
So.
And me and Rose was just chilling. We was online, and we just be always saying, "Man, what the fuck is wrong with these hoes?" And then, like, we would be telling just little stories from Rose would be telling his stories from back in the day. I'll be telling stories from back in the day, but some of my stories be recent. And then, like, I can't remember what story he told me, but he told me one story that was just so funny for him back in the day about some shit we saw online. And I was like, oh, what's wrong with these hoes, bro? And I think he said, bro, we should do that as a segment. And this was like during the year when it was mostly just me and Rose on the pod, because Steve was busy with school and other stuff. And then we said, probably, you know what, man, let's just start it and see how it goes. And then we just decided to implement it. And now I can't even think about doing an episode without what's wrong with these hoes, because it's such a, valued segment. And then I'll let them talk about TNT. But then the weekend sports, that also came from me and Rose. We was just chilling. We be talking about sports. And this is no knock to the other guys at the table, but I don't think people really keep up with sports the way me and Rose do at the table. And there'll be so many topics that we want to talk about. At times, if you go back to the earlier episodes, we would take sports segments and put them in TNT. But then, like, that's when Rose just came up with the idea, how about we just talk about sports? Let's just do a whole weekend sports where we could just talk about everything that happened in the week, And I thought about it, and we did it, and I enjoyed doing it, because I love giving my thoughts on stuff that's going on in the NBA, the fighting world. Lately we've thrown in wrestling a little bit. The NFL, even though the NFL season is over, I love having our weekly breakdown of the NFL, Rose.
Yeah, so I know with the TNT, Tears or No Tears, I think I was watching PTI, and I was like, I like how they do like toss up and some of their things that they do on PTI. And I was like, I just brought the idea of like, hey, maybe we can do something like that. And we was like, well, what we gonna name it? And it was like, Tears or No Tears. And then the Dynamite and the TNT, that just came from what's his name? Was it JJ? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's where that we like to say, because I just thought it was funny, but I just got invited to the, you know what I'm saying. They asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and I said sure. We could sit around the table, drink, and talk trash. I think that's how it pretty much started with me. That was my idea of it. I didn't really think about it as much as what was C's and Vertiza said why they started it, but they just asked me to be a part of it. And it was like, cool, we sit around, drink, and talk trash. Sure, why not? And it was like, it just became a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like more than one person congregate. You know what I'm saying? We having church, as they say. So you know what I'm saying? It was just like the funny parts about it. We get serious sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? But just something to get the people to listen to. And my main thing was like supporting Black-owned businesses. That was part of the name. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're tired of seeing Black people cry. You know what I'm saying? So we want to put a smile on their face. So, and that was part of I think the thinking of the name too. But it's been good. It's been a long journey. You know what I'm saying? We came from just having. I remember the first time we set up, we had 2 mics that didn't work.
For sure.
And we thought we was like, oh yeah, we got to set up. We got to set up. We had 2 mics didn't work. Then we went to 2 other mics that worked pretty good. And now we upgraded again. So we always upgrading the equipment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good to see the growth of it. And it's cool that we got nominated twice, you know what I'm saying, for the Independent Hustlers Awards, you know what I'm saying, the CSRA. It was I think last year we came in second, or we came in third last year too.
We came in third 2 years in a row.
Yeah, 3. Okay, so last year we came in third. We came in third again this year. But it's cool to be nominated, you know what I'm saying? People are checking for us, so that's pretty cool. I missed the award ceremony, I guess last year and this year, but you know what I'm saying? We was in the building, so it was all good. I'll definitely try to get into the building next year, you know what I'm saying? But
hey, for sure, I do want to touch on something you said, like with all the deep stuff being at the end of the day, to what Rose said, at the end of the day, when you listen to the pod, I hope it just sounds like you just chilling, listening to friends talk. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. Like, this is just a group of friends that are all Black men that at times is going to have funny conversations. You hear us get emotional sometimes because we talk about stuff that's passionate. You know, like sometimes, you know, you might hear me get angry on certain topics because I get tired of police brutality towards my people. You know, at times you may hear someone like Juice Man or Rose be passionate about these Black businesses not getting the support they deserve because, you know, people out here working hard to get loans or build their own money up to try to get a business to be prosperous or whatever, you know. So I hope that if you listen to the pod that, you know, you can laugh, but at the same time you take something away from it. Before we move on to TNT, I want to throw it to Juice Man because, you know, he was originally not part of the pod, but if you've been listening for the last year, he's been on the pod, you know, religiously.
Yeah, don't steal my thunder. Everybody know, yeah, this your boy, Big Norm, aka they call me the Juice Man, aka King, the published artist. You know what I'm saying? I did this out of love. You know, it is what it is. I like getting together with family. Family's big with me. So my family's doing anything, guess what? I'm a part of it. That's simple. And it's crazy because like Bertizzi said earlier, I was not a part of it. And I was like, how come I'm not a part of, that's why I always say special guest, because I was never ever a part of it, but I'm the celebrity guest. It is what it is. And I do it out of love. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing my voice, guess what? I'm blessing you. Y'all welcome. Stay calm.
I got a question.
Stay calm.
What's the white Bronco, bro?
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The glove don't fit. You must acquit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Hey, you still making the trap say hey?
All day, every day. You ain't heard the new shit. But yeah, man. It's just the love. This is really the only time I get to hang with my brother and cousins, because it's like I'm up running, constantly making moves, constantly trying to do stuff. So it's like, boom. Oh, I got a chance to go chill with my bruh. Guess what? The only time I got to chill with my bruh is when we doing the podcast and my cousins. So guess what? Boom. They got to move like that. And it's just crazy like that because I sometimes I wish, hey, I could just pull up on a Sunday and watch a game. Got shit going. Or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Nah, it's just like I got to set a certain day to see y'all. Guess what? I love y'all. It's the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, appreciate your presence.
Oh, always and forever. And yeah, I enjoy it. And then like I said, what was it? The one the topic, my favorite topic, what's wrong with these hoes? That shit funny as hell. I love that shit. That, and if I'm around, I try my point to get on that shit because it's like, what's wrong with them? They delusional out here. And they're delusional. And then like the sports, I love sports, but I've been married for a while, so it's no sports in my house really. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No sports, it's no sports. I don't care. But like I had to trick the wife into going out to eat to watch the Super Bowl type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep this shit go. And yeah, man, it's just being in the presence of family runs deep. And I love seeing y'all, man. It is what it is.
For sure, man. So moving on to a fave segment, TNT.
Dynamite.
So as y'all know, we're not gonna do weekend sports for a minute, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about some sporting events. So we had the All-Star weekend last weekend, and the same weekend as Valentine's Day, and there was no love shown for the All-Star events as far as the games too.
Are you sure?
A lot of people was online bashing it, and
it was a whole weekend event, right? It was like
you had the Rising Stars competition.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
And you had the dunk contest on Saturday, as well as the 3-point contest and the skills competition, and then you had the 3, 8-man teams face up. Well, my bad. The 4 8-man teams face off in 3 games. And yeah, man, I got tears, man, because All-Star Weekend used to be one of my favorite weekends in sports. Like, I remember when the dunk contest used to be something I used to get excited for. The 3-point contest was looked as an appetizer. I enjoyed watching the Rising Stars game because, you get this. I always looked at it, you got to see the future of the league. Because I remember seeing Kevin Durant and Al Horford, I want to say 08, 07, on the same team, because people forget they was both rookies together. And I remember thinking to myself, yo, bro, they gonna be running the league for a minute. KD, won the league MVP. Al Horford's still doing his thing. He's still in the league.
He's solid.
And then as far as the All-Star game, I never expected that I would get like playoff caliber basketball or even regular season caliber basketball. But it was always entertaining seeing my favorite players team up. Like, it was cool. Like, when I was a kid watching, AI and Kobe go against each other and watching Duncan pass the ball to Kobe and all these different, matchups and stuff. So that was always interesting because this was before you really had the era of super teams where you really couldn't see how would a court look like if LeBron and Wade both was on the same team. And then in the fourth quarter, they would play hard. This shit was trash this weekend, man. I can't lie, man.
Well, you didn't like it?
Man, the dunk contest was whack. McClung did his thing. Castlehood stood his ground, though. Castle was cool. McClung did his thing, but you had like 2 motherfuckers miss like 3 dunks.
This shit happens to the best of them.
Nah, man. The dunk contest used to be special from start to finish. Like, all the dunkers used to be people you wanted to see, and they used to all bring the heat. You didn't just have basically one person just making dunks that you was fascinated by. Like, people still talk about that T-Mac and Vince Carter dunk contest, and I remember seeing that as a kid.
T-Mac won that one, right?
Vince won.
Huh?
That was when he put his arm in the rim. Like, shoot, man, I remember the Dwight and goddamn Nate Robinson, like the 2 years they went back and forth at him. And the dunk contest used to be something special, man.
So T-Mac don't got a dunk contest win?
Nah, man. He came in that year and, Vince beat him, man. But they got to do something better with the All-Star game itself because it's just atrocious to watch, especially that third game that was supposed to be, I guess, the championship game or whatever. Niggas missing shots, bruh. Like, yeah, that shit was just
human.
Man, nah, bro. That shit was bad. I don't know if you saw it, Juice, man. That shit was just bad to watch. And I ain't watch it live, but I ended up watching the replay when I was at work the next day. And I was like, I see why people is trashing this shit. Yeah. Oh, and the 3-point contest was whack this year, man. Like, you didn't have no real names in the 3-point contest except for Dame. And then apparently nobody went on a run. Normally, at least one nigga goes on a run where they clean the whole rack. I'm watching it and it's like nobody cleaned the rack this year. Bruh, that shit was trash, man.
Do you know what goes on during an NBA game, the NBA All-Star Weekend? Do you know what the fuck's happening, sir?
I know them niggas getting their dicks up by white bitches. I know them niggas doing drugs and drinking and shit,
sir. But so what do you expect?
Man, niggas still pay money to go to them events, bruh. Like, you supposed to still try to put on a show.
Bruh, this was the best All-Star Weekend I done seen in a very long time. I'm going to tell you why. Because everybody was promoting as such and everybody was doing their job. Like you say, All-Star Weekend has been going down. The All-Star Weekend really don't count unless you actually go down. That's how it is. That's how it's coming down to the point that You have to go to the city that's the All-Star Weekend is going down at to enjoy yourself. Fuck watching it on TV. You actually got to go and do it. And the way they promoted this one, they haven't promoted All-Star Weekend like this in a long time because they've been talking about it. Oh, All-Star's been trash. All-Star Weekend's been trash, this, that, and third. But this year, they actually admitted to their faults and try to step up to the plate. And I applaud them for that. That shit was awesome to me. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but from everything heard online, people didn't like it. They said a lot of they said it was too much Kevin Hart on it, and like everything was about Kevin Hart. It seemed like it was his All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, that was bad.
I didn't see it.
They did the math. It was only 42 minutes of actual basketball played.
So Kevin Hart was at the game?
Yeah, he was kind of like an announcer, on the court announcer or something.
Oh, okay, so they were trying to do it like how they do at the Ruckers.
I guess so, but they did special presentations. Like they played the first two games. After the first two games, I think someone said they took like a 20-something minute break and did a special presentation with Kevin Hart, then Mr. Beast, and all this crazy shit.
But I'll probably catch it next year. But I didn't. I think the cool part was them breaking it up. But I just wish it would have been more they would have played harder because I just watching the replays of it, like.
So who won it?
And you just said it, man. They got to play harder. There's nothing Adam Silver can do to fix the All-Star game. You niggas got to just play better, man. Y'all just got to be more competitive. Shaq team won. Shaq team.
Awesome. Shaq team had who on it?
Basically all the USA Olympics.
Yeah, he had
KD, Steph, Tatum. You know, LeBron didn't play, but he had LeBron. Yeah, he had all the people who made Team USA.
Superstars. Okay. Superstars won. So it makes sense.
AD and LeBron sitting on the sidelines not playing. That's one disappointment. And then like just
Mr. Glass.
Basically. But basically it's getting to the point to where every single event, every single thing is sponsored. You can't name one event where it's like, oh, the 3-point contest, the skills it's the T-Mobile this, the Starry Soda that, the Pepsi this.
Yeah.
It's literally every single event versus back in the day where it was just like biggest 3-point competition or whatever. Now everything's got to get sponsored. Plus you got to see fucking commercials. So it's like you're not gonna get away from it. And I think it all started when Kia, that damn dunk, Dwight Howard did over the damn Kia or Blake. Matter of fact, it was him and Blake. Mm-hmm. Started with that shit and it just got worse. And they went the same way with soccer jerseys where they got the fucking sponsors on their shirt. So it's the more money they're getting for this shit, it's making the event, the luster of the event is gone. Look what happened with Chris Paul and Victor with the fucking skills competition.
Oh, you didn't like that?
When the fuck?
Oh, I love that. That was the only thing I loved all weekend, bro.
Nah.
And man, someone posted a picture of Los Guerreros, Eddie Guerrero and Chavo. And as them niggas, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man. I love that.
It technically ain't even cheated. It just like
it was a loophole in the rules. I applaud that.
And then they showed after that they showed another pair, and they was just doing it. They didn't do much better. They're just tossing the ball, and I'm like, you used to actually take pride in shit. 3-point contest. The damn celebrity game might be more exciting than the rest of the other events, even the 3-point contest. People that's supposed to bank shots ain't banking shots. So, I mean, this shit is going down. Adam Silver, you're fucking it up still. Watch, it's going to be like this for the next 2 years. They're going to realize the ratings are not going up like they want to, and they're going to have to change the shit again. This is just the trajectory the NBA is on. That's just it. And then I'm seeing one-on-ones with WNBA players, and there was a podcast called Scores Podcast. He was saying it might come to the point to where you might even have to have a fucking like one-on-one competition or 2-on-2. It'll be players versus you might have WNBA versus NBA or celebrities versus.
That shit ain't gonna work.
Or you might have different tiers. You might have NBA versus NBA. You might have Steph and LeBron versus fucking KD and Tatum. You might have to do that shit. Because I mean, honestly, the shit's trash. It's been going down for years. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it.
Yeah, man. The only person I knew in the dunk contest was Matt McClung. I doubt anybody else really knew anyone else.
Castle.
Castle. Some people knew who Castle was. Talking about some people knew about what was going on. ASAP Rocky, he just beat his gun charges he had. I didn't even know this nigga was being charged with anything, man. What the hell was going on with him, C's?
So apparently he was on bail from a charge in LA from 2001 or 2002. This nigga's been out on bail for the last 3 fucking years. Who knew that? No fucking body. And then one of the people in his crew, ASAP got a lot of niggas in his ASAP mob. There's niggas you never heard of. There's probably ASAP Bob and ASAP Rick and whoever the fuck. Apparently they got beef. He posted some shit on Twitter about friendship and shit, but apparently they got to a scuffle and he ended up grazing this nigga with a bullet. So ASAP Rocky got charged with they tried to charge him with assault, two counts of assault with the semi-automatic weapon. But I mean, he beat the case, and then you see him and his lawyer going out to eat, and he basically made this nigga honorary ASAP member. So ASAP Tonelli or whatever the fuck his dude's name is. But I mean, I'm not gonna say who cares, but I mean, glad you beat the charges and you back with your family, man. But you're rich, so you probably would have got off anyway.
Yeah, man, I ain't got no tears. I didn't know about it. Good for ASAP. I don't really listen to his music like that. He got 1 or 2 songs I fuck with, man. I know a lot of niggas probably was sad thinking Rihanna was gonna be single, but man, fuck that nigga ASAP Rocky his charges, man. Free Tory, man. Free that nigga Tory, bro. I don't care if he did shoot that big foot bitch.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for the situation either. But I kind of, when Rihanna walks into the courtroom and the jurors see, oh, that's Rihanna's boyfriend, of course he's going to get off. Of course he's going to get off. You know what I'm saying? But I was surprised he didn't, because I'm like, dog, he got caught on camera doing it, and then it's like, not guilty.
Yeah, there was camera footage of it. See, that's I really didn't know nothing about this case.
They did say ASAP Really's account was what gave it doubt. So it's probably got something to how he told the story.
They had more proof that ASAP shot that nigga than Tory shot that big-footed bitch. And Tory's sitting in the prison cell right now. That shit crazy, man.
That's the agenda.
Only in America.
That's the agenda. Tory's a different story.
This nigga shot a woman.
He did. Allegedly. We're not going to touch on that. We're going to move on.
Anyway, man, talking about allegations. So Godfrey was basically on the podcast, and he basically was talking about how the late James Avery, for those who don't know him by that name, Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince, basically was gay. Mm-hmm. And how he went to, I guess, a show one day, and all the little singers that you could tell was gay, he was back there with them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he basically was like, yeah, that nigga's gay.
Uncle Phil was gay, wasn't he?
Nah, that's the nigga Carl Winslow from Family Matters. That's the nigga everybody know is gay. But man,
no, the dude from Fresh Prince.
No, man,
it's gay.
There has been no other allegations about that. In fact, I want to say the nigga had a wife. Mm. The nigga had a whole wife and everything, and at least 1 or 2 kids.
I will say this before we start. I've heard.
Yeah, he was gay.
Like it's not like. Wow! Somebody said it before.
This is the first time I even heard.
I've heard today.
I even heard Uncle Phil might be gay, man. And I got tears because, like I was telling Rose last night, Godfrey, you a whole ass nigga, bro. But I always felt like me and MJH talk, and I know MJH kind of like that nigga. I always kind of felt like Godfrey was a whole ass nigga because I'd have seen you talk about certain things. And you just kind of be with a waffling nigga, even if you knew that nigga was gay. That nigga's dead. There ain't no major allegations against that nigga. And like this is a nigga that everyone just knew was gay. You could have kept that. No, it's some shit you got to keep to yourself, bro. We got to start getting back to a society where we respect niggas that are dead. Like the fact that this nigga is dead, and the fact that there was like you talking about Luther Vandross being gay. We pretty much all heard the rumors. So yeah, he did, but guess what? We was saying them rumors when he was alive. So I ain't got no problem with no nigga talking about that. But the fact that nobody really was even talking about this shit when this nigga was alive, why you throwing salt on that nigga? He not even here to defend himself. Like James Avery not even here. Do y'all understand? He not even here to be like, nah, that's not true, man. I'm a Christian man with a wife and some kids. I ain't never even played with nobody booty hole like that. Yeah, man, I got tears because you a whole ass nigga, bro. Like some stuff you ain't got to speak on, bro.
So who said this, Godfrey?
Yeah, the comedian Godfrey.
He's like Combs, right?
Who?
Combs. Don't Combs go a podcast too? Henry Combs was it?
I don't know what I know he got his own podcast.
Like he's always on somebody else's shit too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what platform he was on, but he's got a lot of shit. He's always comedy shows, different podcasts. So I mean, a lot of the time he's on point with some shit. He's a funny nigga, especially his impressions. But I mean, like, to me, this is nothing new. I've heard this before, so I'm not surprised. And even let's just say he had a wife and kids, whatever. It's his life. He's not here to speak on it. And it's like, Godfrey, why did you feel necessary to why is it a video? That's my biggest thing. Why is it a video? What? Sherman Hemsley, George Jefferson. Everybody knows he's gay.
He's gay?
Yes.
Who's gay?
Sherman Hemsley, George Jefferson is gay.
That one is more known than the Uncle Phil.
No. I just found out today.
But that's not.
No. I just found out today. Years old.
You see how shit is like some
people. Who gay?
Some people hear shit.
You gotta go down. You gotta go down a rabbit hole. Like with both of them niggas, you gotta go down a rabbit hole to hear they gay. Like that's not like at this table we all knew Mr. Van Jones was gay.
No. I heard he was sweet.
What's the difference?
Just because a person's sweet don't mean they gay.
Okay.
I don't want to touch that, bro.
Yeah. Prince, he's sweet, but I don't want to know the gay. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain shit. I don't know. I don't want to know neither. It's like if that shit don't got nothing to do with my life, so I really don't care.
Exactly. Why, Godfrey? Why make the post?
I don't give a fuck.
Why?
Yeah, I got tears too because I'm just tired of seeing like people going on these podcasts and just spilling all kind of dirt. That some things just need to be kept where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like telling all the stories about this person. Like why y'all do that? Like I just don't understand it. Like just telling, just tattling. You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't telling yourself though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That this person did this and this person did that, and I remember hanging out with this person and they did this, and then
I saw them do a line of coke on a stripper's ass.
Yeah, like
you know anything about Godfrey? Godfrey strikes me as the dude. He mad. He ain't where he's supposed to be right now in his career. Every time I hear Godfrey talk, is always
he's just a shit talker.
Yeah, he mad. He's he's upset that he's not where he thinks he's supposed to be. Oh. That don't sound like Godfrey. Oh. Nigga, who gives a fuck? Bruh, do what you like.
So somebody who's probably mad at someone else for different reasons, you know, Governor Kemp of Georgia requested more relief aid and funds for Hurricane Helen victims in Georgia, and Trump's administration basically denied the request. I have tears because, you know, we did an episode, I want to say the week after the pod, about Hurricane Helen, and the city was fucked up. Like, it was fucked up. Rose drove around the city, and he was telling me how fucked up it was. I got in the car with my homeboy, Joseph, you know, who did the song for the pod, and the city was really fucked up, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people, and there are some houses that still have trees in them, you know, that probably really, really kind of needed that aid, man. So, yeah, that's sad, man, but I mean, you voted for Trump, man, so fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I got tears too because I guess some people could probably still use some help, but for Trump to say, nah, bump that, I ain't doing it. But it could have saved, but it's just saving it. Now the state just has to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? FEMA, the feds aren't going to help anymore, but now the state just going to have to pay for it. But the state got plenty of money. You know what I'm saying? They got
facts.
So
I just had a year-long trial for Thug.
Yeah, so you got plenty. You're wasting money on all this other bull crap where you can be providing more money to the families and employees of the state. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Shout out to Brian Kemp, though. You know what I'm saying? Go Dogs.
I got no tears because this is what y'all voted for. You took over. You thought it was going to be something different. This is just the trail added on the notch of shit bullshit that happened under his watch. I I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people that still need those funds, and the same thing with North Carolina. That was two states, the two top states they named were Georgia and North Carolina. So unfortunately, they're not getting any more FEMA funds. There's a park, Clarks Hill Resort, the lake over there in Columbia County. They can't even use resources. They got to wait on federal funds and then add that on to the shit already going on with the city. So it's unfortunate that people are not getting the funds they need. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. And as far as Brian Kemp's case, man, like, you're a governor, you can request the shit, but you're probably not going to get it. And then, like, just this week, he entered into the board of governors, so it's 5 states, and they basically advise the president about relief funds and different programs like the National Guard usage and disaster relief, shit like that. So, I mean, like, they had static. I'm not going to say I can't sit there and say they were buddy-buddy. It's the same shit with Ron DeSantis from Florida. I guess you basically kissed the ring is basically what you fall in line of. So, I mean, I really ain't got shit to say about it.
Yeah, man. So somebody who did receive some relief, man, 3 children in Michigan were saved from basically a absolute terrible situation. So there was this mother, 34 years old, arrested recently for basically abandoning her kids in a home in summer of 2020, and basically once or twice a week she would just drop off food or whatever to the kids. They are 15, 13, 12 now. None of the names have been released. Seize.
Fucking insane. She basically abandoned her kids. They were grown. They're, teenagers and preteens now. 15-year-old boy and 2 12-year-old girls. One boy is sleeping on, 2 girls are sleeping on pizza boxes, and one sleeping on a dirty ass mattress. The very shocking thing about this shit was they're living in squalor. The word squalor. They're living in a fucking dump. Basically living in the inside of the house looks like the dirty side of the street. They don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to wash their ass. They don't know how to clip their fucking toenails. And on top of that, she's not leaving them anything. So it's like she basically dead ass abandoned her kids besides food and had people dropping off Uber and DoorDash dropping off food. When you do that, people are dropping shit at the door. They're not waiting for you to come out and hand it to you, because I guarantee you somebody saw that shit, they would have been like, something was going on in this house. And then the neighbors said they barely saw the kids, and then one of the friends is like, basically one of the kid's friend said, oh, the mom basically always tells them, oh, they're at their dad's house, or oh, they're with a babysitter. There's always something going on. They haven't been to school in years. This shit's been going on since 2021. It's fucking crazy. Like, this bitch lost her fucking mind and dead ass abandoned her kids. Basically give up custody of your kids.
We're back to it. Delusion.
If you're not gonna take care of them, just give them up. Like, they would have been better off in the foster system or in a home than they would be with you. Bitch, you're disgusting. You deserve life. Like, you got it.
She got life?
They're trying to charge her.
What state is this in?
Michigan, Potomac, Michigan.
So is it anything like Georgia where you get 2 to 1?
Michigan is one of them states that they do a lot of shit. So she probably get fucked up. And there's 3 charges. It's not 1 kid. It's not 2 kids. It's 3 kids. So
3 life charges. So that's 75 years. I'm trying to figure out the time.
This bitch is not getting less than 30 years. I guarantee you that. She's not getting less than 25 to 30. I guarantee it.
Shit. Yeah, man. This reminds me of that scene from There Will Be Blood, if you ever seen it. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my family. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it is crazy every time. And I know Rose could probably fill a whole 5 episodes with how bad some of these parents are, But it's crazy when you see these stories online of these people who are having kids and literally just doing some of the most outlandish shit. The fact that you thought it was okay to leave your kids in a house, to go live with your man and get your boots knocked and be a hoe, And you thought that just dropping off food once a week, twice a week, and not trying to make sure the kids was going to school, because they said they haven't been to school since she basically abandoned them. They said that it was yeah, Juice Man.
Real quick. How old is this chick?
34. So she was 31 when it all started.
Yeah, she about that age. Yeah, she delusional as fuck.
Yeah. Like, so the fact that they said there was piles of garbage all over the goddamn house, the fact they said one of the kids was sleeping on pizza boxes, like, that is a terrible situation. And I'm gonna be honest, it's so crazy because this is almost like the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Because I can't even say are the kids better in the system. But like, if you going to put your kids in that fucking predicament, man, fuck it, bro. Let the system take them and roll the dice and hope they get in a foster home situation or whatever they call it nowadays that's going to be better than that. Because that's just deplorable. As well as, man, these people that are grandparents, man, where the fuck is y'all at, man?
Hey, well, real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry about the situation. Rose. I'm 13, you 12, and let's say hypothetical Matthew's 9. And our folks leave us. For how long?
3 years.
Are you telling on your folks?
They didn't get snitched. The landlord came one day to check on the house for some reason, and the landlord saw the conditions the house.
Okay.
That's what happened. So the kids basically G'd it out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm balling the fuck out.
The kids G'd it out. They did. They stood 10 toes down for their mother. But it's just like I said, the situation is just crazy, man.
Oh my God.
Yep, you hoes got to stop having these kids that you are not ready to take care of financially, emotionally, mentally. Like, if you are not ready to be a parent full time, you got to stop taking care of your kids, man. You got to stop having these kids, man. Because there's no reason why this situation should have happened, man.
That's hilarious to me because, man, the times have changed. Bruh, oh my God.
But we're not talking about a parent leaving their kids in the house by themselves for a week, which I want to make this clear. That's not cool. But 3 years? Nigga, that's crazy.
I'm getting food once a week. So I'm getting food once a week, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But see, that's the thing. It's different because they're not. Oh my God! Like,
and you got to remember, this started 3 years ago. This started 3 years ago.
Believe it or not.
So they wasn't 15, 12, and 9 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like this. The school nowadays would have called if the kids ain't come to school after a certain amount of time. Like, probably what, a week out? Hey, what's going on? We ain't seen your child in about a week. The schools are calling.
They probably did call, but how many schools are actually going to send, resources to the house?
They do
to check.
Here where we at, they do.
Yeah, but this is Michigan, man, and we hear about how it is Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Pontiac.
Yeah, that's Rockland. That's close by. Ain't that close by Flint?
I'm not from Michigan. I don't know.
It's probably
a lot of shit's in the same area.
Yeah. So yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up. The water fucked up. Their heads fucked up. It is a fucked up situation.
Rose.
Yeah, I got tears for the kids. Bomb. I seen a picture of her, like, I guess online, and she's decent looking.
Oh, so she a good bust down?
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, she was all made up and stuff in the picture, but you can't help your kids out.
That sounds like some hoes in the CSRA.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so kids busted, but you made up.
Every time you post them on Snap, your kids looking raggedy. But every time you got a whole bust down on and everything.
Yeah, man, what's wrong with these hoes, man?
I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, y'all. But we always tell y'all, man, niggas can be hoes too, man. So me and Rose talked in the last episode about Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day, and C said how niggas do a lot of shit that bitches do. We just don't give it names and themes. These group of niggas decided to all dress up for Valentine's Day. They was wearing like pink pajamas or red pajamas. And they decided to have their own little Galentine's Day like the hoes do. C's, what's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them? I mean, what the fuck can you say, man? That's suspect as fuck. Yeah, I mean, if that's y'all thing, man. Okay, I would not put that shit on the internet. So some whole shit to me. I guess it was a group of niggas that seen all the bitches have fun, and they were like, "Oh, well, why don't we get together and do some shit too?" You're never supposed to be matching unless it's like for a fucking event. You part of a fraternity. You're part of a group. You're never supposed to do shit like that. It sounds crazy. It sounds weird. It really sounds weird.
Yo, man, I'm not saying this that you can't hang off your niggas on Valentine's Day.
Because it's supposed to be another day. It's just another day.
Because me and C's, we hung out on Valentine's Day. We went to Cigar Lounge. We had a good time. But we was not matching. We was not dressed up. We wasn't doing this crazy ass shit like.
And Nicole, what's her name? I forgot her. Stay Coco, whatever.
Yeah, Kay.
Kay came through too. So don't even think that shit.
But like for y'all niggas to do the stuff that hoes do, see, this to be the shit right here. They be having hoes say niggas are suspect. They be having hoes say niggas are sassy.
There you go. Sassy.
Because, like, yo, bro, to see y'all grown men in pajamas, pink pajamas, sitting down with y'all legs crossed and got all the themes in the house. Like, bro, what just happened to just niggas saying, yo, bro, I ain't got a bitch, you ain't got a bitch. Let's go to the club, get drunk, and hit on some hoes. Like, whatever happened to just some simple ass shit like that? Like, because everybody ain't gonna have a bitch on Valentine's Day. Like, some niggas is gonna be single and you might want to link up with other people. But for y'all to do some shit like that, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. That's just some wild ass shit. And that's probably why y'all ain't got bitches now. Because y'all probably sucking y'all homeboy dick more than you is trying to get on these hoes, bro. Like, yeah, man. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes, man, but y'all niggas is definitely some hoes, bro. I don't know if we're going to find anything in 2025 where at the end of the year I'm going to be like, there was some bigger hoes than y'all three niggas.
Yeah, man, this dudes was suckers. Like, they was dressed up like females, like with matching pajamas and stuff like that. I'm like, what in the world are they doing?
So we doing what's wrong with these hoes with niggas?
Yeah,
because niggas can be hoes too.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
Like, so I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand it.
More importantly, man, and the words I always tell MJH, I don't want to understand it.
Yeah. It ain't for you meant to understand it. That's crazy shit.
So, on to the last topic of the night. Now, we kind of had a conversation on one episode about some of the greatest artists of all time. So, we each made a list with 3
greatest artists of all time.
Yeah, like with a top 3 of the greatest artists of all time. So, of course, me using the word artist, for those listening, that could be any genre. And you can have any definition of how you define someone's greatness. So, C's?
I'll start off. General consensus. So it's going to be a general consensus. You go all around the world, wherever around the world. Most people are inclined to have MJ in at least probably spot number 1.
So he's in yours.
I specifically did not put him in there because I knew somebody else would. So I'm like, why would I do the same?
If he is yours.
Yeah. He's not in this one, but the actual list.
Because when I said he was the greatest a couple weeks ago, you said debatable, very strong.
I did say debatable. I'm always gonna argue the point. It's just like I'm one of the people I like to see other people get their shine too. Yes, you have your greats. You got your Luther Vandross. You got your Whitney Houstons. You got those people. I just like to see other people.
What 3 names you finna say? You finna say some names that anybody never heard of?
You've heard of them.
Okay, I just want to make sure because
I'm just saying
you want to give other people shine.
That's what all I'm saying is there's other artists. That's my main point. But I am agreeing with you. Michael Jackson is the best, probably the number 1 artist of all time. Probably. I mean,
well, Prince left Mike Jack though.
That's a whole different subject. I'm not touching on that one. I am a Prince fan though, but
Prince go hard.
So I got MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and the Beastie Boys.
I know you lying, bro. Where your real list at? Where your real list at?
Damn right, I'm lying. I got James.
Shout out to MC Hammer though. He was a dope artist though. I ain't gonna disrespect MC Hammer.
I got James Brown. You don't have that. He was one of the first ones that had the ensemble, put a whole band together.
Godfather Soul, yeah.
Dance moves. It's like you literally see the torch the cape being passed.
Michael Jackson
from James Brown,
Bobby Brown to Usher
to everybody else. So it's like you literally see the lineage, and it's like came up with a saying: "I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Yeah. Living in America." Come on, it's in the Rocky movies. Yeah. So many themes. His songs have been sampled so many times. He's had so many people in his band, in his crew, backup singers. So it's like a lot of these groups, when you say the greatest artists of all times, you're going to hear a lot of people that put shit together. They had entire bands.
So another one, was Elvis on it?
Nah. Elvis, we'll get into that another time. Well, I don't fuck with Elvis.
You said Ray Charles though, right?
He was one of the ranches. He would have been on there. Next one, Dave Matthews. He's especially on the white folks, and a lot of people have heard Dave Matthews. His namesake, Dave Matthews Band. He puts on a great show. I mean, just like he's been doing a 30-year run. Seen him play guitar, seen him play piano. I always hear about Dave Matthews. And then my third is Bob Dylan. Apparently went back and looked at a lot of his shit. Apparently a lot of people hold him up in that same regard as Dave Matthews as far as performances. So it's like it's not just music, it's not just what you produce, it's also your whole stage presence. So it's like, hey, put it all together in a package. But my number one gotta be James Brown, the Godfather of Soul. Influence reggae, jazz, rap music, R&B, soul, all these genres he's introduced, and he went over to Africa, did shows, went over to Europe and did shows.
Awesome.
And he's a local legend.
Yeah, James Brown is a good pick, man. Like I feel like James Brown, who's like doing like a basketball lineup in terms of like my top three versus yours, he's the only nigga in your top three that possibly could beat some of the niggas out of my top three. No offense to Dave Matthews and Bob Dylan. I listen to Bob Dylan music, but they ain't fucking with nobody in my top three, man. No disrespect to them, though. You said Michael Jackson earlier. I feel like that's undisputed right there. I feel like that got to be the number one artist all the time. You talk about somebody who's been making hit songs since he was a kid all the way to, an adult. He got probably the greatest album of all time in Thriller. Then he came out after dropping what was considered the greatest album of all time at that point in time. He dropped Bad. But before he dropped Thriller, he dropped Off the Wall, which was considered a legendary album. Like, that's a 3-album run. Like, you go find an artist and say, here go 3 albums, and let's have a discussion of, is this the greatest 3-album run of all time? Those 3 albums is up there for Michael Jackson's. If you just listen to his music from Invincible to After Bad and all that stuff, that music aged very well. He got some of the biggest songs of all time. Michael Jackson is someone that you still hear his music played today at a high level. And I'm just gonna be honest, man. I had to go look at the Billboard Top 100, and I want to say he, after the Beatles, which we kind of might understand why the numbers might be screwed, he has 13 number 1 hit songs. Like,
So the Beatles have more?
I mean, they got 20, but we kind of understand why that was skewed during that time period if you understand anything about history.
Hmm.
But like, for a black man to have 13 number 1 hit songs, where basically this is considered the best song, period, I feel like that's undisputed. After that, I was waffling between 2 artists, and I went with this artist because I listen to his music more. And the only reason why I didn't say this artist's name is I hate using this analogy because I don't think it always shows the talent of an artist when you say this. I don't feel like when you chilling with people and you at a party, I don't hear people say, put that Stevie Wonder on.
Oh, shit.
So I went with R. Kelly. Because, yeah, man, I just...
See, how you gonna fuck up a good... I was about to come over there and give you a hug, dap you up, because you said Stevie Wonder, and then you
Stevie Wonder is an amazing artist, and if you got him in your top 3, I could not be mad at that because of how many hits he got and how much classical music he got. But when I think about it, like, bro, when's the last time we've been chilling and any of us play the Stevie Wonder song? Like to me, that's part of the factor. But R. Kelly, I can name many nights we just been chilling as just grown ass men.
No,
and we done played R. Kelly.
No,
use a lie. We done put R. Kelly on, and it's just been us just chilling.
Use a lie. Because what the first thing come out my mouth, and you put some R. Kelly on.
Can I tell you something? You might not even know it's R. Kelly. Because R. Kelly got so many hits he wrote for other people.
No, you said Jay-Z then, right? You said Jay-Z? You said Jay-Z.
R. Kelly. I'm just saying, the 702 Girls, he wrote hits for them.
I don't fuck with that.
Changing Faces, he wrote hits for them. You don't like that song Maxwell Unfortunate by Maxwell? You know he wrote that song, right? R. Kelly wrote that.
I don't listen with y'all though.
I'm just saying, not
with y'all.
I can name a list of songs that are the artist.
And he can't read or write, so he went in the booth and recorded and say
he's a genius, bro. He's a genius. My number one artist of all time,
and that's why he locked up.
He wrote "You Are Not Alone" for that nigga. Like, so R. Kelly's, to me, is undeniable, man. His music from the Chocolate Factory to 12 Play, like, he got music that literally we still play today. Even when they was trying to cancel R. Kelly, R. Kelly's too great to be canceled. So you ain't listened to R. Kelly since everything came out?
Bro, I'm an Aaron Hall fan.
I'm
pissed. I'm pissed that R. Kelly stole Aaron Hall's style and ain't give him the credit.
I can't argue with you.
I'm pissed.
If you don't listen to R. Kelly, cool, man. But hey, man, the last reason, man, I think R. Kelly has one of the greatest songs of all time. I Believe I Can Fly.
Hold on. Let me get you right there. That sounds like Whitney Houston too. Damn. See, my head is so fucked. Okay, what I was about to say, the R. Kelly shit. Yes, I'm a hater. Pastor Troy. Yes, I'm a hater. Like, I never fucked with R. Kelly. I was an Aaron Hall fan first. I was mad that R. Kelly was stealing this nigga swag, and I was mad that I didn't hear from Aaron Hall no more because R. Kelly done damn. Now I'm pissed.
Man, I feel you, man.
On the situation.
So the last nigga I got, man, and I feel like the first two people I said R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, I ain't gonna get no pushback on, except for you gave me some pushback on Kelly. I expect pushback with this nigga, but once again, when I looked at it, he got the most charted Billboard songs of all time, man. Like, he's been doing it for about 15 years now, making just hit music after hit music, and he changed the whole genre of music. I felt like I had to put Drake there. Because the way we consumed rap and listened to rap when I was growing up and even early in my college years, it changed. Like, Drake changed how a rap song could be made with the fact that you can have this melody to it, like when niggas can kind of be singing or whatever, and it kind of made it cool for a lot of other niggas to do it. He's giving hit songs to so many niggas, like so many niggas in this 10-year stretch. If you was to look up their biggest song, like either a song they won a Grammy for or the biggest song on the Billboard, it probably came with Drake being on the song in some fashion. Right. So, I just feel like, is he the best rapper? Nah, because I wouldn't even have him probably on the list of top 10 greatest rappers of all time. But as far as like an artist, and I feel like that's how I've always viewed Drake once he started singing shit. I didn't really even view him as like a pure rapper no more. I just viewed him as someone that's outside of the genre of rap, like someone that's just an artist, And I feel like, to be honest, today, like Drake is on that Taylor Swift level. For those who listen to her music, Taylor Swift is considered probably the biggest artist in the world by a lot of people. Drake just did a show in Australia where he had it packed or whatever. Drake, to me, is probably the only person in the rap genre that I can say, hey, go to Wembley Stadium and fill that bitch up. And he got fans all over the world. So that was my top 3. And I feel solid by that top 3. I'm sorry, Steve, I couldn't get you in there.
Yeah, so my top 3, Michael Jackson at number 1. I actually did have Stevie Wonder on my list too, and at probably 2, and then I also had R. Kelly too as on my list too. Shout out to R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go into why I had these artists, but it just I can do it a little bit, but just it's just the fact that you can their music is pretty much timeless. You know what I'm saying? And people have gone back and redid songs and it's all kind of like written songs and all. It's a combination of all 3 things. You know what I'm saying? But that's my top 3. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and R. Kelly.
This ain't my top 3, but I gotta put these in the top 3. Anybody say Ray Charles?
No.
Ray Charles is 1. I'm not saying he's number 1, number 2, or number 3, but he's 1. Okay, so we got the Beach Boys. Anybody say the Beach Boys?
Yeah, the Beach Boys been touring for the last 50 damn years. So yeah, I wish they all could love California girl.
Number 2, Beach Boys. And number 3, anybody got Stevie Wonder? Somebody please tell me.
Rose just had Stevie.
Okay, Stevie. So that's a good question. So we got Ray Charles. We got the Beach Boys. Anybody got Frank Sinatra?
No, no one had Frank.
Okay. Nobody got Luther.
No, no one had Luther.
Okay, nobody got Luther. All right. Artist? Britney Spears. Nobody got Britney Spears.
Nah, ain't nobody got Britney, dog.
Okay. Mariah Carey.
Nah, ain't nobody got
Beyonce.
I mean, now you just name artists.
No one got Beyonce,
but you
could have made a strong argument for Beyonce.
Beyonce, Rihanna. Shit, fuck it. Jay-Z.
Well, you just prove how difficult this conversation is, man.
Very.
You know, to limit it to 3 is hard, man. You know, but I feel like everyone universally can agree Mike Jack is number 1 no matter where you go in the world. Closing thoughts, C's.
Stay blessed.
Closing thoughts, Juice Man. Nada. So, you know, we still in Black History Month, man. And I gave y'all, you know, a person each episode. So I'm giving y'all this person. I posted him the other day on the TikTok page. There was a lot of backlash for, you know, allegations, sexual harassment and misconduct allegations. The great Russell Simmons. Man, when we celebrate history, man, we got to celebrate everyone, man. We can't just try to, you know, take away what someone did because of their actions as an individual, man. And for Russell Simmons, you're talking about somebody who, if you love hip hop, if you love rap, a lot of artists like LL Cool J, Run DMC, Jay-Z have said, we never thought we would see the point where rappers would be making millions of dollars. And Russell Simmons had that vision with Def Jam. He managed people like LL Cool J, Run DMC. You know, he signed artists like a Jay-Z, like a DMX, Ja Rule to Def Jam, which was one of the biggest rap labels, you know, going for a long time. Then came out with Def Jam Comedy. And for those who know the history of comedy, there was a log jam in the 90s of a lot of great comedians. We went and have gotten people like Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Mike Epps, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hughley, Martin Lawrence, the great late Bernie Mac, Tracy Morgan, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Shell Underwood. You know, if they didn't have a place to actually go and perform for a national audience. And that was started by Russell Simmons, man. So, you know, respect to him for everything he did for the culture and for what he did for Black people. If you was to say a lot of people, did they leave the culture better than they found it? You can't say that he left it worse. Russell Simmons, he helped push us into places we never thought we would see. And In the words of Avery and Raquel, peace.
Yeah, man. Y'all can catch that the next light, man. We in traffic, and I'm back quiet.
Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.